My name's Andrew Losowsky, and I'm going to talk to you about a project that I've created in this most unusual of years. Now, I guess it all began 10 years ago with the eruption of a volcano in Iceland. Its name was Eyjafjallajökull, and as you might remember, it spread ash all across European airspace, closing it down for what turned out to be nearly 2 weeks. I was in Dublin trying to get back to the US. I put out a call for anybody else in the same situation, saying, while we're in this weird moment, let's tell our stories from around the world. And I had about 50 people came together. We made a magazine. And so in this year, with this most strange of experiences that everybody was facing, I put out a similar call. But this time, I made a Google Doc and I said, everybody, come on in. You all have edit access. Now tell us what you think this should be. People came together, more than 500 people in the first week, into the Google Doc with ideas of what they might want to tell or stories they wanted to hear, things they wanted to learn from each other, ways they wanted to participate and feel less alone. And so Isolated was born. I started out with an email newsletter, and somebody asked if she could run the Instagram, so I gave her an Instagram handle, starting to bring together people and ideas of what should this be. So a group got together and we created some basic code of conduct, rules, and a vision of why we were doing this and what it was that people could coalesce around. With this vision, we then went and launched a small online community, just a space where we could talk to each other. Not that many people, but that was fine. This is really about establishing a baseline of how to do things and who we were. From that space, we started to set each other challenges, different creative ideas of things that people could do. Some of them were very easy, some of them more difficult, some got more participants than others. And from this, I started to get a sense of what was enough and what was too much to be able to ask. Seeing the photographs, the stories, the poems, the essays that came in, how much would people be able to give at a time that was pulling so much from us? As a result of this, I created 10 short daily challenges. You can sign up by email or by SMS, and you'll be sent them. And all you have to do if you want to that day is respond, hit reply, send back a message, and take a photo of yourself wearing a mask. Write a letter to yourself in the pre-pandemic days. Tell me what you're afraid of, and I'll publish it online and then publish it in print for us to learn from each other. So this is what Isolated is. Isolated is a space and a way to share and to listen to each other and to try and make sense of how we're getting through this time and what it means to be in the first year of COVID-19. Now, of course, this is not the only project that is trying to give people an expression and an outlet for what they're going through. There are many other spaces and ideas and principles, the COVID Art Museum, the Quarantine Chat, the Pandemic Lost and Found Department, and so on, and others that are much less whimsical, of course. The city, for example, under Terry Paris Jr., bringing together every New Yorker who has a story to tell of someone they'd lost, trying to create a definitive list of everybody in the city who has died of the disease. Now, for those of you who know me, none of this would come as a huge surprise. What I do is run Coral, which is an online commenting and community platform, bringing people together around journalism around the world. And there's some basic principles I'm using that also are true for Coral. First of all, you need to bring something useful into people's lives. You start small with existing tools and you try one thing, then you try something else. You keep failing and you try to fail better every time. And what you're trying to do with all of this is to make it easy to participate, make it easy to understand what is happening, what the rules are, make it easy to see that what you do matters to other people. People are listening, and also that you can't get away with breaking the rules because other people are going to call you up on it. Now, these projects do not have to be completely open-ended. Isolated, for example, is the story of the 12 months of the first year of COVID-19. It emerged on December 31st, so we will stop on December 31st. And if you'd like to be a part of it or to learn more, you can go to isolated.life and join us and share what you are going through and learn from each other to try and create a record of this most strange of years. Thank you so much.